The Australian English curriculum for Year 8 requires an understanding and application of persuasive language techniques. These are most commonly found in advertising, which will be the topic focused upon. There are a number of online resources that students and teachers can access which cover this topic extensively. I will be discussing 3 of these resources. The first being an online slideshow, the second an online study guide in the form of a blog, and finally a YouTube tutorial. These resources each address the following Australian curriculum links regarding persuasive language and representation. SlideShare, as the name might suggest, is a website that allows users to access and share slideshows which cover a wide range of topics for free. It's easily found by either Googling or by going directly to their URL, slideshare.net. The resource I have found is titled Persuasive Techniques in Advertising and features 29 slides that cover various aspects of persuasive advertising techniques. It includes visual examples while also including assessment options to test students on their knowledge. The use of basic language and keywords that are characteristic of slideshows are useful as a teacher because it allows for differentiation while discussing each point with their own class. The language can be moderated to suit different age groups. This slideshow is informative and thorough, covering all relevant topics necessary, and is a good way to incorporate visual resources into the English classroom. The second resource I'll be looking at is an online study guide in the form of a blog that has been created specifically to address different English learning units, including advertising techniques. This particular resource is excellent because the content is, again, very informative and thorough and uses the necessary terminology while remaining clear and easily understood. For the Year 8 group, it is a perfect level of difficulty. It is extended enough to challenge students, but not to a point that it is too difficult to comprehend. The nature of the resource encourages students to work independently without a teacher having to walk them through every section. It allows them to read the information at their own pace, assess the different visual examples used, and then move on to the next page when they are ready. The blog is also easily accessed online, again by its URL. The last existing resource that I'll be looking at is a YouTube tutorial titled Persuasive Techniques that discusses the different types of techniques used in advertising. The video would be used as a presentation to the class rather than as a resource for students to access individually. As such, it is less interactive than the other 2 resources, but still has its merits. The video includes brief explanations of the techniques, while immediately playing an example commercial so that the explanation is instantly given context. Much like the SlideShare resource, the explanations are basic enough to be suited well to the Year 8 literacy level, but also allows for the teacher to either expand or scaffold the explanations should students still need them. It is also easily stopped and started, allowing for teachers to pause at relevant points in the video to allow for discussion with students, encouraging a collaborative style of lesson. Again, this video is easily accessed simply by searching for it on YouTube, and can be embedded into other documents such as PowerPoint should a teacher need to do so. While these resources each have their own merits, they are still limited in one way or another. They may not be interactive, they may not be engaging enough for students, and in the case of the video, for example, they cannot be edited by a teacher in order to make them more relevant. A hybrid resource via an online application called TAC has been created for the purposes of this assessment, however, which addresses these issues while combining all of their strengths into the one access point. TAC is a highly interactive and engaging application and can be tweaked in a number of ways in order to suit a teacher's specific needs. This resource includes the important and relevant information that the other sources include, but the text and font can be adjusted to be more visually appealing and memorable. It also allows students to be assessed in a live respect. Questions can be posed and students can submit their answers via a message board, which is directly emailed to the teacher's account. Videos have been embedded and annotations can be included to further explain points made in each section. The multiple examples of print advertisements used in the other resources are included, but the images can be given tags that, when clicked, offer further information. Specific techniques can be directly pointed out in each example, while simultaneously explaining the effect of each technique in more detail. The level of interactivity is phenomenal in this app. Students can move along at their own pace, be assessed directly for teachers to monitor, and can be edited at any point by the teacher in order to keep the information relevant. It is available as either an app or via a web browser and is free to join, making it entirely available to students across the school. It is an invaluable resource, being engaging and informative, interactive and relevant.